I now know that angels are people that came out of space. They not only colonize planets and communicate by thought, but they spend their time helping other people to understand life. Right now, they are around and on our planet to help humanity out of the mess we have gotten ourselves into. People are people everywhere in the Creator's universe. The only difference is that most of them have followed the universal laws and thereby progressed, while we on earth have not. You had a body before you came here on earth. You'll have another one when you leave. But maybe then you'll be called an angel. Genesis tells of God making man, but it doesn't say anything about him making angels. This further proved to me that angels are the race of man. The first mention of an angel in the Bible comes in Genesis 16:7. In this verse, the angel is referred to as an angel of the Lord. The sages of biblical times knew the mysteries and actions of the esoteric laws. Thus, it was known to them that everything that was motivated by natural forces traveled in an arc or curved path. Anything that moved in any other path of motion was unnatural and was symbolically termed an angle, A-N-G-L-E, angle. People living in Abram's time therefore referred to anything that was of an unnatural motion from their point of view on the Earth's surface as an angle. These people didn't know anything about weather balloons, modern airplanes, and high-flying jets. The only things they knew of that flew in the sky were winged birds. When they observed a spacecraft or men come out of the sky, they naturally pictured them with wings, like the birds. Since the appearance of men or ships in the sky was not a naturally happening occurrence, they symbolized the sky visitors as angles. The way these people recorded any happening was to have one of their scribes write it down, like a newspaper reporter of today who wasn't present at the actual scene. The scribe had to write it as it was described to him by eyewitnesses. Whenever the people wanted a copy of any written record, they found a scribe to copy it for them. The scribes of those days got things twisted as badly as the reporters and newspapers of today do. Due to error in interpreting the symbol, the scribes in copying the accounts of the angles coming out of the skies wrote angel instead of angle. All copies made from an erroneous one usually repeated the same mistake. So angles became angels. In a number of the experiences describing contacts with the people in the spacecraft, the Earth people making the contact stated that the space people disappeared before their eyes. As this also occurred to me during my contact, I can understand their amazement. The uninformed would say they dematerialized. The technically minded people would say they went into the fourth dimension. The psychiatrists would say that the people suffered from hallucinations. None of these are true. The reason our space friends can disappear is because our physical vision depends on light reflection off of things in order to see. The wavelength of a visible light extends from approximately 4,000 angstroms, extreme violet, to 7,700 angstroms, extreme red. Compared with the known radiation spectrum as a whole, the range of physical vision is extremely limited. This is comparable to looking at the landscape through a crack between two boards and saying the landscape outside the range of visibility doesn't exist, has dematerialized, or is a hallucination. Our space friends know light inside out and backwards. In order to eliminate the need for weapons which would injure others, they have developed what they call the perfect defense. This is a small object about 2 by 2 inches square and about 1/2 inch thick. It has rounded corners and is generally carried on a cord around the neck and suspended under the blouse. Their ability to read thoughts allows them to be aware of any danger or threat, and all they have to do is tap this device with either hand and then appear to disappear. The object is actually a crystal battery that stores piezoelectricity that is generated by cutting magnetic lines of force are the same as static electricity. The nearest thing to this electricity stored by the crystal battery that we know of, we refer to as the spirit body or aura. The electrical spirit body of people varies with their environment and the chemical makeup of their physical body. This is why you feel good when you are with some people and feel drained or exhausted after association with others. Some people have stronger spirit bodies than others. When the scout ship landed here in August of 1953, I observed this object. Solgonda was turning it by the corners between his hands. Suddenly he opened 2 opposite ends of it and pointed it at the granite rocks of the mountain. I saw a pencil lead-sized stream of light between the object and the mountain. I thought he was shooting something near the mountain. Later, he explained that he was charging the device. He said they charged various other pieces of their equipment over granite mountains. This is due to the piezoelectric effect set up by quartz in its granite matrix. When they discharge the crystal battery by pressing on either side of it, it releases the charge into their electric body or aura and causes light to bend around them, therefore appearing to disappear to the limited physical vision of anyone who is watching them. They do not materialize or go into any other dimension. They are just as solid and physical as always, but they are outside of the limits of physical vision. This same device was used by the man Jesus when he disappeared out of crowds of people, and again when he reappeared unto the people after 3 days. In Luke, it tells how 2 of the people walked down the road talking with him. And it says further, and their eyes were open, and they knew him, and he vanished out of their sight. Some teachings would have you believe that this was a vision the people had. Jesus discounted this himself in St. Luke when he said, "Handle me and see, for a spirit hath not flesh and bones, as ye see me. 2 women shall be grinding together, the one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 men shall be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other one left." Either you have faith in the prophecy of the Bible, or you must reject the whole book. The Bible is an accurate history of events that repeat themselves in cyclic repetition. The above paragraphs say a division of humankind will be made. One shall be taken, and one shall be left. Who is to make the decision? Who will do this judging of humanity to see who will be taken and who will be left? Every day that passes, you individually are establishing your right to be taken by the way you live. You are manifesting your choice by your actions and thinking. Each person adds increase to their vibratory body aura by conforming to the laws of the universe. Your aura, or the frequency of the body force field, will determine whether you are taken or left. A definite vibration will be established in the force field surrounding each spacecraft that will pick up people. If your body aura or force field conforms with or exceeds the established level of the spacecraft force field, then you can enter the ships. Remember, you are now qualifying or disqualifying yourself to be taken aboard. None can qualify another. Jesus can't save you. Some narrow-minded sects of religious fanatics have established that only 144,000 people will be saved. Of course, they are part of the chosen few. Those who will be taken and those who will be saved are 2 separate conditions. The next thing one asks is, where will the people who are picked up be taken? This is answered in Luke. And they answered and said unto him, Where, Lord? And he said unto them, Wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. Naturally, the eagles gather together in the sky. This was said in a parable at that time, because the people in the biblical days did not know what it was to fly in the skies. It was not meant for the people of those days. It was said for the people of our time. The space people, the angels, explained that the people who have been taken aboard their craft in these times were not taken aboard because they were better than anyone else. They explained that these people were taken aboard for their own test purposes to see how different types of people would react. Each one who has been so honored was readily accessible in a remote place. They were of cooperative minds, and each represented a different type of the Earth's people. This mass pickup of people will take place prior to the planet's rebalancing on new poles. This cataclysm will wipe out the destructive mammon lovers who will be left on the surface. After the Earth has restabilized on its new poles and the continents and oceans have changed, then the people who have been taken up in the air will be landed back on the surface. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. O man, in the rings established within the light of me, orbiting my systems, I am potency that moves a nebula, that causes suns to shine. Though some upon this portion of myself have devious ways to violate my infinite wisdom, it is not I who judge nor pay the price. As in my cycles, as in my phases, as in my eons, I have established precision in the order of my parts. And though a voice comes through to you, unrecognized by mortals, realize in the voice, I am the potent substance force of life, pulsing through your being unto eternity. I separate the white from black, and color boundaries do I set. For all my creations are of me, from lowest animal to tree, and all that is. I am the unseen force that manifests in everything you do. Impotent substance clay of me cannot interfere, except to bring about conditions that reflect upon the garment that you wear. O man, never shall you find an end to me. There is no place I cannot be and am. You make your hell by deeds you do in violation of my ways. One who says, hell is a place in my infinity, is violating me. Reaction is the only hell, rebounding from a spell when you excluded me. O man, some preach there is a hell for others, never for themselves. Watch out, for these their ego is leading them astray. Through space and time and place, remember, I am there and here with you. I have no hell for man of me. Man who believes there is a hell is reviving imagery of experiences he has had along the road to me. Namaste, namaskaram.